Angelica, super excited to have you today. How's it going?
Excellent. Just got back from holding a retreat here in Maui for my clients. So that was amazing and so fulfilling, exhausting, but so fulfilling, worth all the energy. And it was just so nice to meet them after them being my clients for a few years. So feeling very elated right now and happy to be here.
Oh, I love it. Thanks for bringing that energy to this space. We can always use it. we
Yes.
were we were chatting offline before I hit record, and I was like, "Oh crap, we're gonna have a lot of fun during this
A lot of things
conversation."
to talk about, ladies. Buckle up.
Yeah,
Take notes. Get
for
your notebook out if you're listening.
I love it. So for those who have not yet met you, can you share just a little bit of your story and kind of
Sure.
where you are today and what led you to that place?
Sure. I will make it as short and quick as possible. So I'm originally from New York, Long Island, New York. I left the cold over 10 years ago, moved to California when I actually switched my career from medical sales into health coaching. So basically, when I was doing medical sales, I gained a lot of weight. I ended up being 35 pounds overweight. I was kind of heavier as a kid, but then just as time went on throughout college and then doing that career, which is why I relate to, why I work with a lot of real estate agents and high level women on the go, hustling, focus on money, making money, building my career. And there goes my health. Like the weight just kept piling on, piling on, piling on. I look at my closet, none of my nice outfits would fit, right? I'm sure you ladies can relate. And one day I was like, I just can't take it anymore. I felt so horrible in my own skin. I also had very horrible acne, depression, gut issues. And one day I was just like, this is it. I'm hiring a coach. So I hired my first coach. And it was through that transformation journey with him. And it took me like a year to lose the 35 pounds. I did it slowly and sustainably, which is not what everyone wants to hear because everyone wants a quick fix, but I operate out of integrity and I don't believe in that. So, it's all
Mhm.
about what's going to last, right? And it's lasted because I've kept the weight off for 13 years. So I went through this transformation journey and I was like, you know what? I feel called to help other women achieve happiness in their bodies and their health and their minds. So I just quit my medical sales job. It was a great job. It was easy. I was successful. I was making good money, but I was like, I'm moving from Long Island to California because California is the mecca of health and fitness and
Yeah.
nutrition. And started my own thing there, and then decided in 2018 to move to Maui. And here I am now in Maui, Hawaii. Because once I switched my business online, I was like, I can live anywhere. So I picked Maui, and I have the Fit for Life transformation program, and we've helped over 700 women. So I'm really excited. I love it. I do gut health coaching, nutrition coaching, business coaching, life coaching, all the things.
Oh my gosh. It's been a journey for you.
It's been
That
a
is
journey.
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a journey. When people look, if you were to just like pop on my Instagram, you'd be like, oh, she's lucky. She has it all. Like we all do it. We judge.
Uh-huh.
But if you actually dug in and read, like, no, I struggled my whole life. I was severely depressed. I mean, I have scars on my face and my back from having acne, got made fun of for having a big nose, like bullied, all the things that a lot of us deal with, but you hold on to it and it shapes you as an adult, and it makes me want to help other women so they can just feel so aligned and happy in their bodies. It's not just about losing weight, gaining muscle, getting quote unquote tone. It's about really feeling happy and aligned in your body. Because you can lose all the weight in the world, happen to me, and still be unhappy. So it's doing
Hmm.
that inner work too, which is it's been an integral part of my transformation, especially as I've gotten older the last few years, deep, deep, deep mindset work as well.
So I want to start there actually, because it is the most important place to start, in my opinion. And in my coaching initiatives, what I find is oftentimes people come to me for the strategy, they come for the step by
Yep,
step. But what they're not realizing is that so much of what's holding them back are those inner beliefs,
totally.
the
Stories
feelings of
alive. Yep,
unworthiness, all
totally.
of that stuff. So that's where I want to start. Where
I
do you
love
want to begin?
I agree with you whether because we both do so whether it's in business coaching
Mhm.
or it's in fat loss weight loss coaching. You can have all the strategies in the world. You can have all the strategies to get your business off the ground, to get more clients. You can have all the strategies to lose weight. I can give you the most tailored meal plan, the most customized workouts. But if your energy, if your mindset is not in the right place, if every day you look in the mirror and you say, I'm so fat, I'm never going to lose weight, I'm not worthy, I can't do this, oh, I've never lost weight before, so I guess I'm just a fat. If you keep perpetuating these stories at a cellular level, and this has honestly been scientifically proven, the quantum field is a real thing on a cellular level. This is what I call the metaphysical aspect to weight loss. You're telling your body, you're signaling your brain to your body to actually hold on to the weight. And this
Mhm.
isn't something that a lot of other health coaches will talk about. They'll just be like, calorie deficit, calories in, calories out, move your body, get your steps. But like you said, the mindset is one of the biggest pieces. If I would say it's the most important, because then when it clicks in your mind, the rest becomes so much more easy. The strategy will follow. It has to be working on the mindset first, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. This morning we were on an accountability call with some of our agents in my program, and we were setting our intentions for the next 6 weeks. I'm a big person on intention. I think it's really important
Much
to have.
better than goals. I love
Yeah.
setting intentions other than goals. So yes, I agree with that. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. And to me the difference is a little bit more mission driven. It's a little bit
Yep.
more connected to your why, and it allows you to detach from the outcome and instead attach to the process.
Exactly. Which is
And
a common problem that many women have. Business
yep.
journey failure. Oh, I haven't made this much money, so I'm a failure. Oh, I haven't lost this much weight, so I'm a failure. It's like, let's talk about the process, the
Mhm.
journey. What are you
Yeah.
achieving? What are your wins on the journey? Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. You said that.
For sure. So we're having this conversation, and one of these amazing gals who's in the group, she goes, one thing that I've recognized is I need to allow myself to accept the next level of success that's waiting for me, because I start to think about what this can look like for me, like what the next level of success in my business looks like for me. And then I imagine like, oh, but does that also equal more time away from my family, or time being pulled away from my self-care or taking care of myself? Like, does success truly take that much? And I don't know if it needs to, but beyond that, you have to allow yourself to imagine a reality where success can be easy and can flow, and you can step into that in a
Yes.
really natural state. So how are you working through those challenges on your end? I'm sure you see it all the time.
Yeah, and I think that even happened to me as my business grew and it became more successful. You start to feel like, oh my gosh, am I going to have time to do the meal prep, do the workouts, do the things? Because I want to set an example for my clients as well, right? I mean, you have to. I want to show them I play the part, I look the part, I do the things I'm telling them to do. It's First of all, visualization is really really important, like you mentioned. So as you're seeing yourself as this next level version of you, it's really picturing that ease and flow and abundance, and knowing that as you grow part of being a business owner is knowing what to give up. It's knowing what to delegate out. And I think a lot of people are very afraid. We're all control freaks. I know I'm a all high achieving type A women are in my program. So they really they have trouble with relinquishing control. They came to my retreat. I purposely didn't give them an itinerary. They were freaking out. They were like, are you going to tell us what we're doing on what day and what time? I'm like, absolutely not. You're going to trust me. And they were like, at first they were so irritated by it. But then they're like, oh my God, we're such control freaks. So it's knowing as you're going into this next level of growth, okay, this is my wheelhouse. Like I'm really strong on all these things, but these other things, like maybe budgeting or this or that, I can delegate out. I can go on TaskRabbit and hire out for help. And that's how you create freedom for yourself as an entrepreneur, business owner, real estate agent. You don't do everything yourself. I have a new real estate agent that I'm coaching, and we're helping her increase her revenue. And I was like, you need to take some things off your plate. If you want to get to the next level, we need to take some things that are like, you don't need to be doing testimonials on Canva and things like that. You hire out for those things. Yeah. Just the little things that add up the time, right? You're like, because you say, I can do this really quick. We all do it. I can do this really quick rather than show someone the way I want it. But what happens is, and I've done this a million times and I still kind of do it. Like I can just do this really quick. But then you create a habit of doing things really quick where you could have just delegated and given yourself back that time to work out, to spend time with your family, to show another house or whatever it may be. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, that was a very long answer to that question.
No, it's really good. Can I share how that's manifested in my life where I'm at
Yeah,
right now?
I would love to
I
hear.
I would love to hear your perspective on this. So I'm struggling with this really bad right now, like allowing it to feel easy and natural in the next phase of my life and business. And where my business is right now, like we've scaled a real estate team. I am also coaching real estate agents in the US and Canada, and I have support staff on both sides of those initiatives helping and assisting. So I'm very well supported, which is awesome. We've worked really hard to build the right team to support us. But and I am 35 weeks pregnant, which I have not spoken about really to my audience or on the show just because I've been like not thinking about it.
Which,
But it
by
has
the way, for those you can't see her, but I can. She looks amazing. Like I didn't even know she was pregnant. I was like, oh, okay.
it's all an
All the
illusion.
belly.
So I have this like this ticking time clock. And I looked up, somebody was like, wow, you're really close, aren't you? And I'm like, no, no, no. I have, and I start counting on my hand, like the number of weeks. I'm like, oh no, I have a baby coming. And I literally have been in denial about the fact that like I'm not going to be able to be operating at the output that I normally am, nor should I. Like I should allow myself to walk into this new space, but it is so hard. There are so many limiting beliefs that come up and so many new mindset issues that come up that make me think like, well, that they're still going to need you. Like you still need to have a hand in everything. And you don't really need the full maternity leave this time. This is your second baby and all this stuff. And it's like, no, 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 no. Like it doesn't matter what stage you're at. They keep coming up and you have to revisit it over and over again throughout your growth journey.
We're always constant growth and evolution over time. So when clients say to me, yeah, I feel really good. I think I've done all the mindset work I need to do. I'm like, oh my God, that is a red flag that you need even more mindset work. If you ever say, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I kind of know it all. I've worked through all my mindset issues. Nope. You haven't gone deep enough. There's a layer. We are layers and layers deep as human beings. So for you, I would say first things first is you're aware. So you have to have the awareness of what's going on. So your awareness is, okay, I know I'm having these feelings of I'm going on maternity leave. I'm having these beliefs that I'm going to have my hand in everything. I'm starting to get stressed out. Slow down. Ask yourself, what is my truth? What is the truth? Because when you really think about it, the truth is that you know everything's going to be just fine. Mm-hmm. But when we look to, this is how people get overwhelmed. We look way too far ahead to the future instead of sitting in the now, right? So if you just said to yourself, okay, I'm pregnant, baby's coming in, whatever day it's due, it's coming soon. Do I have everything set up? Is my team prepared? Of course, right? Have I laid out when I'm going to be available, if I'm going to be available, and is it just going to be these times? You know all that stuff. And then you just ask yourself, what is my truth? The truth is that you have it under control. Mm-hmm. And when these thoughts come up, the limiting beliefs like, oh my gosh, it's going to go to I don't want to curse. It's going to go to crap, everything. I'm going to fail, whatever the limiting beliefs that are coming up, you have a choice in that moment to thank the thoughts for showing up and then choose again, or let those fearful thoughts take over. Mm-hmm. So we always have a choice in our thought processes, and it's something that I'm constantly working out with my clients and myself. Fearful thoughts, self-limiting beliefs, worrisome. These thoughts are all going to pop up as humans. I mean, we have like 70,000 thoughts in a day. There's no way to be like, I will not think any negative thoughts. Like that just doesn't work. Mm-hmm. Like we cannot do that. But what we can do is really adjust in our mind how we then process them. And then what's the next step? So if you have this thought, oh my God, my company's going to go to crap when I'm on maternity leave, you say, okay, thought, thank you so much for coming in. But that's not actually the truth. The truth is that everything is going to be fine. I have everything under control. And if they need me, I'll be available on this day from these hours and everything will work out perfectly fine. Right. And then you really then you put that energy into the manifesting that it's going to flow and be free and smooth rather than this stressful, tightly bound energy that your employees will honestly feel as well. Right. So it's really learning how to not only say manipulate, but manage your energy and manage the response to those thoughts.
So once you have that approach nailed down, and I think that is a muscle that you have to work, you have to, it takes a little time to develop that. Yeah.
I say that all the time in my program. I said, ladies, mindset is a muscle. You need to work it just like we work your booty, just like we work your core, just like we work your legs. It's not you come to one mindset coaching call with me and you're cured. It's week after week after week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then learning where to spot it in different areas of your life. It's just constant. So what happens after that? So you come to that place of feeling more centered, feeling empowered. Is that then the strategy, or is it the action? Like what in your mind is the natural next step once you've gotten out of fear mode and you're ready to move forward?
What I like to call them is anchoring it in. So you might have shifted out of fear mode, but then there's different ways to anchor it in. You can do tapping. That's a technique where you tap on different meridian points in your body. Yeah, we do tapping. You can do breath work. You can do visualization. You could do journaling. So these are all different types of techniques. I mean, a simple one could just literally be writing out your ideal day in your journal while you're pregnant. My ideal day is waking up with my baby. Like you're writing out your ideal day, and then you're writing out the ideal day for your employees as well. Like really telling the universe, this is how I want it to be. So anchoring it in, and you can do it through visualization as well. I suggest visualization and journaling. If you can make, 5 minutes for journaling, 5 minutes for visualization. I've been reading this book, A Happy Pocket Full of Money. It's about abundance and manifestation. And he says that everyone should be visualizing their whatever they want, whatever they desire, and their ideal life. He's like, visualization is a really powerful tool, and I think it's underused. And I think sometimes we visualize, like, not the details. I want you to really visualize the details. That's what I'll tell my client. Like, what's the car you drive? What does your house look like? Is it on the ocean? Do you have a white picket fence? Where are you traveling to? Why are you traveling there? Are you sitting first class? Like, details. Give the universe those details in your journal and in your visualization, and the universe will match that energy. But you have to believe it's possible for you. So the other piece to this, in whatever your desires may be for yourself and your business, and this goes for weight loss too, ladies, if you don't believe that you're going to have success in your business, if you don't believe that you're going to have success in your weight loss, you will have trouble reaching the success. Universe matches your energy. Law of correspondence, law of attraction, those are all real things. So if you're sitting there like, yeah, I'm in this weight loss program, but whatever, I'm just really not gonna be able to do it because whatever, I'm never gonna be, that energy is gonna be matched. I'm not saying you'll never lose weight, but you're gonna have a slower process and your body's gonna fight you more because you simply don't believe. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll add another law. I think that so those are metaphysical. There's also the law of reciprocity, because the people around us are picking up on that energy too.
Totally.
And it's really interesting too, because like on the weight loss space, you might try to set a boundary. Some people might recognize that you're shaky on it and push and not honor your boundaries. It happens the same way in high performance, where you're really trying to stick to boundaries that you make in terms of how you're managing your time or your energy. And then like that little tempting, like, let's go to happy hour, or blow off this morning. Let's go to, this instead. It's harder to really like honor the commitments that you've made if you haven't stepped into being the person who has achieved those results without having achieved the results, right?
Why identity shift is such an important part of your transformation journey. Because you need to remember you're becoming someone different. And when you become someone different, you're not going to act the way you used to act. So true transformation requires an identity shift. So it's important that you don't compare to the old version of you, to the version of you before you had kids, to the version of you 5 years ago, to the version of you 2 months ago. We're always growing, evolving, changing. So it's really learning how to shift your identity. You're not the same person. You're not going to be the same person when you leave my program, right? Or when they work with you, you're going to be a different person. So really aligning your intentions and goals and visions with this next level version of you, not the old version of you that did X, Y, Z.
You know what's so cool about that is when you allow yourself to have that identity shift and you recognize that you have to become the person who's going to achieve the results before the results come, like, and understanding what kind of person is going to be able to create this lifestyle that I'm imagining, right? That is the key to getting outside of the perfection mindset. Have you noticed that too?
Yeah.
Because how often are people held back by that perfectionism?
Oh my gosh, all or nothing approach perfectionism. Almost all my clients, I'd say 97% of them.
Yeah.
I think it's common for high achieving women, that all or nothing perfectionism mindset. If it's not perfect, they're not doing it right. And one of the tips I wrote down is that something is better than nothing. If you're embarking on your weight loss journey and you're worried that you don't have an hour to commit to the workout, no big deal. Do something for 15 minutes. Right? It's something is better than nothing. And, action trumps just doing nothing. And no matter what field you're in, I think we can get like paralyzed by this. Everything needs to be perfect. When I launched my business, it was not perfect, but I was ready to go. And then you just kind of learn as you go along. And that's what I tell when I do business coaching. I'm like, doesn't need to be perfect. We need to get it out there. We can adjust as we go. Because if you keep waiting for the right time or the perfect time, that does not exist.
Yeah. And it doesn't. And in releasing that, it allows us to be a little more creative, be open-minded, allow the flow state to come in.
Yes, way more flow when you let go of that. But it's very hard. The all or nothing approach, especially with women in weight loss. They want to go all in, they go too hard, they're really, really anal, they're really strict, and then it blows up in their face because they don't understand that it's a lifestyle change, not this all in or all out. The all in or all out is a quick fix, shiny object mentality that, everyone in America kind of abides by.
Yeah.
Until they come into my program.
So here's like that's a good segue. We are recording right now in October of 2022. We're heading into danger zone for all goals and initiatives, like the holiday season. How are you? What tools and how are you helping your people kind of prepare for the end of the year so that they can enjoy the year, but of course still like, not totally fly off the rails so that
Right.
they are
Yes.
starting January off feeling awful.
Yeah. So for the women who are in my program, we give them various meal plans, we give them various tips. And, my advice is to enjoy Thanksgiving, to enjoy Christmas Eve, whatever you celebrate, to not log your food those days. Most of them by the point, unless they're starting with us, the week right before Thanksgiving or Christmas, will have been in the program for quite some time. So they feel really prepared and they understand the balance. But if you're newer, remembering that, first of all, there is no track. There's no track. There's no off the rails, right? This is all expressions we use, which it kind of creates a mindset roadblock, in my opinion. Like, this is life. So when you actually remove, like, oh my God, the holidays get me so off track, that in and of itself creates guilt and shame, right? You didn't feel good when you said that. People don't feel good when they say, oh, I fell off the bandwagon. Oh my God, the holidays get me off track. Let's wipe the slate clean. There's no track. This is life. So the sooner you accept that this is life and life is full of ups and downs, you're going to realize that you're going to have days where you eat beautifully and perfectly and everything is healthy. And then you have some days where you have more treats than others. The holidays are coming up. What I would say is enjoy your holiday. Make sure you include veggies. You include water. If you drink alcohol, have a glass of water with every drink. Be conscious of it too, because not just that alcohol is a toxin. Listen, I like skinny margaritas, spicy margaritas. I like some champagne, but it is a toxin. It does affect your cortisol. It does affect your hormones. It affects your metabolism. It affects your gut health. So be conscious. It also skews your hunger. Ever notice when you keep on drinking how suddenly you're ravenous? So you just want to be conscious of it. So before you actually start drinking, I would have a big salad. Fill yourself up with fiber and veggies, which are really good for the gut. And then pick at other things, the decadent mac and cheese, the decadent whatever else everyone eats, ham, pot roast, whatever people eat. I'm Italian, so we have like a lot of pasta and meatballs and all the things. And I don't deny myself at all, but I do make sure that in the morning of the holidays, I do my workout. I have normal breakfast, egg white, spinach on my little wrap. So I pretty much treat as normal. And then I know I'm going to have a bigger lunch or a bigger dinner. So I'm conscious of what else I'm eating that day, knowing that I want to, because I want to enjoy all the things. I'm not saying don't eat all day on the holidays, but be conscious of it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And I've heard a couple of different approaches like that. That to me is like a sensible, sustainable, balanced approach, right?
That's kind of my thing, just sustainability. I mean,
Yeah.
I can get more crazy if a client really has super strict goals. I'm going to say, okay, we're going to look at the menu. What can you eat? But most of my clients are not training for a bikini competition, but there might be some that are going on a vacation soon. I haven't talked to all of them about the holidays yet, but some of them might have things coming up where they really want us to be more conscious, and we're going to ask them to log their food. Every client is different too. We have an individualized, customized program, so every client is different. But as a whole, the theme really is balance, and I wouldn't expect them to log their food or worry too much about it. But we will remind them that their guts are sensitive, and if they overdo it, they're going to feel it. But to just make sure they get their movement in, and to release any feelings of guilt and shame. You had 3 servings of ice cream. Let it go. Let it go. Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because for me, I've got to tell you where I'm coming from, like with this conversation. I am the restriction maniac. I am the rigid structure. Like I need like the more restrictive, the better I can like really abide by a plan. Whether that's sustainable or healthy is another thing entirely. I'm sure that there's plenty of trauma that I'll have to untangle myself from in the future from what I've done
There's
to
something going
myself.
on there if you're feeling like you need to be that strict all the time, which I used to be like that.
Right. And then this pregnancy happened.
And you had to let go.
And I've been ill every single day during
So
this pregnancy.
yeah, you probably just want ginger ale and crackers. Like you can't eat the things that you're used to eating.
Oh my gosh, this is such a carb baby. And I'm like, what is your problem? You are a Lugo. We do not eat this way. Like, this whole thing.
Are you Italian?
So I am Italian, right? But I've never been one to I'm not the sweets person, I'm the savory person.
Okay.
So it's easier for me to like stick to like the lean meats and veggies and like grains here or there. I'm never one to binge on like sweets, right?
Good.
But like this,
I love sweets.
and I know some people totally do. That's just never been me, and I think that that's probably made it a little bit easier for me. It's easier for me to satisfy like the chips and salsa craving with like something else that's crunchy than like the chocolate cake, right?
Yeah. Yeah, when I need a brownie, and there's no stopping me.
Okay. I know, I love it. But also I used to be super active in the gym every single day, and this year I don't recognize myself. I'm not in my own body. Like I everything has been turned a 180, and it has been so challenging to just kind of like allow it to happen. Not that I'm like conceding defeat, not that I'm like, well, I mean I kind of am, but
This
I'm
is a
kind of,
life
but it's,
lesson for you. This
well,
is
it's a place of acknowledging like the needs in the moment. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing it right or wrong, but it's so funny because like the term of balance, while I recognize that it's healthy and sustainable, I'm one of your clients, like one of those people where they're like, no, I need this needs to be painful for it to work for me.
yeah. So there's something to work on there because or else you will go on the rest of your life like that, and that's miserable. Like, are you going to enjoy vacations and holidays like that? Are you going to be fully present for your kids like that? I think that there's a line where like I appreciate wanting to be strict and following a protocol. We have clients that will say to us like, yeah, I want it to be more strict. I want you to be on top of me more. And that's fine, but there still needs to be, in my opinion, a level of pulling back and balance because or else it backfires. It just
Yeah.
does, mentally and physically. If you're too strict and you never allow yourself to, okay, let's, your thing is not chocolate cake, but let's say you never allow yourself to have chips and salsa. Why would you do that? Like, is that, are the chips and salsa that you're going to eat a Taco Tuesday, are they going to make you gain 5 pounds? No. Did anyone ever get fat off of one serving of that or off of a banana? Like some of these coaches don't eat carrots, don't eat bananas. That's not why people gain weight. Yeah,
Yeah.
trust me, I see all these things. Well, think about keto.
Yeah.
Don't eat blueberries, but let's put butter in our coffee. Okay, that makes sense. I understand what population keto is for. It's not for the average female population, especially as you're aging and dealing with hormonal issues. It's not necessary.
So how are you walking your clients through that process and leading them to a more healthful state of being outside of that restriction?
So the way we work in our Fit for Life program is, like I said, everything is individualized and customized. So they'll fill out an intake form when they come in. They'll let us know what foods they like, what foods they don't like, what treats they like. So we're making sure that we're incorporating those things. It's not like, okay, steamed chicken, broccoli, and brown rice every day. It's not like that. So we really take a look at, oh, you like to make, let's just use this. Let's say for you and your family, oh, we love to make homemade tacos together. So, okay, we'll look at that. We'll give you maybe healthier versions of the tacos, maybe healthier recipes. So we really want you to enjoy it. We don't expect our clients to be eating different meals than their family. That would be absolutely ridiculous too. That's a question I get all the time. Am I going to have to cook something different for my family? I'm like, no, that'd be absolutely crazy. But obviously for breakfast and lunch, you might. And for a lot of our clients, if the real estate agents are on the go, so we'll help them with how to meal prep and bring things on the go so they can actually stop eating crap like while they're going from showing to showing and stopping at Starbucks and eating the crap there or Dunkin' Donuts, whatever it is, but really teaching them that food also has no moral value. That's a big thing I teach on. There's no good food, there's no bad food. Food is fuel, food is medicine, food is meant to be enjoyed with family and friends, holidays like we just talked about. But when you can learn to step away from, once again, this is a mindset muscle, right? And this has taken me years to work on. I used to say, oh my God, I had pizza. I ate something. I ate so bad. I ate so bad. I ate pizza. Now I'm just like every Friday night, me and my boyfriend get pizza every Friday. I
Love
think I look
that.
good. I'm not worried about it, because I've also built up enough muscle mass at this time that my metabolism is really, really fast. So that's another benefit to beauty. I'm like, I can't talk. Benefits to lifting weights. But yeah, it's just really teaching our clients that food has no moral value. You can fit in some treats, and depending on their goals, some have more strict body transformation goals. Some are there for more gut health and wellness, really to just learn how to transform their lifestyle. So it's based on each client as well. So that we have that with one-on-one coaching and small group coaching to really chat with each individual to help them with whatever may be coming up in that realm.
So where does the physical movement side come into the equation? So if your people are like high performers, super busy, lots of different things, and especially like women and moms, which is a huge part of my audience, like we have more than one full-time job
Right.
because we're also managing the home and managing our
Yep.
kids. Even if we have a sitter, it's still it's a
Yeah.
lot.
So
How do you figure that in?
they, on their intake form, will let us know where they want to work out. Do they want gym? Do they want home? Do they want outside? Do they want a combination? How much time they have to dedicate? What level? Like, are they working out consistently now? Right. Then they'll be intermediate. Have they not worked out a month? They're going to be beginner again. So every client, once again, individualized. So if upon orientation, we do an in-depth orientation call with our clients. If the client is like, listen, like I'm home with the kids at this time, I can only dedicate 20 minutes before my husband, then we build 20-minute workouts. This is the beauty of having a customized program. Now, some clients, they can do shorter workouts during the week, but on the weekend, we give them maybe an hour. So it's not actually about the length of time, it's about the intensity, and it's about the consistency over time.
Mm-hmm.
So based on each individual.
Yeah, so it sounds like again, it always just comes back to understanding like and accepting that you're on your own journey. You are where you are now and you're exactly where you need to be, and you're going to start from there, not in somebody else's shoes or in somebody else's truth.
Yeah, not in someone else's truth, and not comparing to maybe what other people may be doing in the program. You know, we work with runners, we work with, I mean, we have all different types of women in the program. So some are working out more intensely than others. Some just simply come to the program and they want to do yoga, but they want to be part of the mindset, the nutrition, and the gut health. So to each his own. You know, there's nothing wrong with any of it as long as you're getting some type of movement. But obviously, if you say, hey, Coach Ange, I want to look like you can't just do yoga. You know what I mean? But if you're like, hey, I just want to move and feel good, I just want to do yoga and walk, I'm going to say, fine, your weight loss is going to be a little bit slower, but there's nothing wrong with that. You got to meet people where they're at, and they have to feel comfortable, and it has to feel sustainable, and it has to fit into their lifestyle. The reason why so many women start plans and fail is because they're unrealistic and they don't fit into their lifestyle. And when it's unrealistic, by unrealistic, I mean too strict, like don't eat carbs, don't eat after this time, you can't ever have a drink, like all these crazy things. That's when women want to stop, because they do for a little bit. They're like, I can't stick to this.
Mm-hmm.
No one in my program ever says I can't stick to this, because it's not a diet program, quote unquote. It's a lifestyle transformation. It's very different.
Yeah. Can you speak a little bit about the relationship to really nailing down that side of your health and how it relates to performance? Because a lot of women are going to hear this and then they're going to fall back into like, well, I can't, you know, almost like the limiting belief mindset of like, I can't because I don't have time, or I can't afford to have the time, or I can't afford to invest in the food that I need to be eating, that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm a very honest, upfront coach, so I'm going to just say it like it is. We all have time. We all have the same 24 hours a day, although we all have different circumstances. We make time for what's a priority to us. So if losing 10, 20, 30, 40, however many pounds, or transforming your body is important to you, you will make time, or you will ask someone to help you to figure out how to make the time, which is what coaches do, right? So if it truly is important to you and you're really clear on your goals, what you desire, and your why, then you move forward and you make the time. That's the first thing. And this is why one of the questions, I interview women for my program. They can't just fill out an application and pay. They have to interview with me. Reason being is because I want to know, what are your goals and what are your why? And why are you doing this now? So it's really important to me that energetically they're in a really committed space. So when you have that clarity on your goals and your why, then you move forward and you say, okay, I'm really committed. And what happens if you don't? I think a really good question to ask yourself is like, what happens if I do nothing?
Mm-hmm.
In 1 year from now, in 5 years from now, how am I going to look? How am I going to look, and how am I going to feel if I keep gaining weight or stay the same weight I am now? And that's a real reality check. So that's like one of the first things I'll say to them. You know, if they're like, well, I can't afford, I can't this, I don't have time. It's, okay, well, what happens if you don't change?
Yeah, what's that going to cost you?
What's that going to cost you, right? People are often so concerned about what does your program cost? I'm like, what is it costing you right now to stay stuck and feel horrible and miserable? What about the doctor's bills in 5, 10 years from now? So especially as female entrepreneurs, business owners, real estate agents, more wealth is attracted to you when you're energetically vibrating in a higher space. And that means feeling good in your body. The first thing someone sees when they pull up to a house is you. Your energy. I'm not saying you need to be looking like a supermodel or ripped, but your presence. So if you're not feeling good in your body, if you're feeling like, oh, these clothes don't fit, I'm feeling gross, that energy comes off. You can only hide it for so long. Trust me, I know. When I did medical sales, I tried to hide it, but it just comes off. And eventually, over time, with poor gut health, you become more sluggish. You get brain fog. And some of you might be experiencing this now. Gas, bloating, brain fog, fatigue, poor sleep, eczema, weight gain. This affects your performance as an individual in your career. If you're not feeling it now, you're going to feel it at some point. The more you push your health off, the harder it's going to be, one, to lose the weight and feel healthy, but it's also really going to start to affect your career. It's going to affect your ability to hold more wealth and to grow. how can you run and manage teams if you don't have energy for yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, that is so, oh my gosh, it's so much in alignment with where I'm at right now, because like I'm starting to think about um my postpartum journey, right? And I've never done what I'm doing right now. I've never managed the level of production on both sides of my businesses ever. I've never managed the number of people I have under me. I'm doing all these things that are requiring me to be at a totally different level of performance. And it is so hard because I have not been able to take care of myself because I've kind of been in survival mode a little
Yeah,
bit, which is okay. Like this is a season of life.
you're in survival mode because you're pregnant, but what about all the women out there who are not pregnant, who are in survival
Exactly.
mode just because they're not taking care of themselves? You want to be thriving, not
Yeah.
thriving. You know what I mean? Like just barely surviving is not going to get you to the next level in your business.
Mm-hmm.
I attribute one of the main reasons why I've grown so much in the past 4 years in my business is because I really prioritize my health. My health and my business are both my babies, but I really do. I take care of myself. Like I block out time in my calendar for my workout. No one
Yeah.
could book a call with me at that time. That's it. No one could book a call with me on Sundays when I do my meal prep and food. Like that's it. That's how it
Yeah.
goes.
I agree. In my mind, it's the price of doing business. Taking care of yourself and taking care of
Yeah.
others and doing that really well is going to require you to put yourself first, invest in your health, invest in all of these things, and make sure that you're doing what you need to do. And it's so funny because like I run into this all the time, even with friends where they're like, they feel indulgent in taking that time away from the laundry or like the stupid socks that have to be folded or one other whatever else you can come up with. There's a million different
So
excuses.
many things. Yeah, I had a client at my retreat. She was like, "Oh, I hate cleaning the house." And I'm like, "Why are you cleaning your house?" I'm like, "You are busy in your career. You have two kids. Like your husband is away a lot. Like you can afford to hire a housekeeper. Like there's no reason why on your free time you
Mm-hmm.
should be cleaning the house. That's either time for you to get another workout in, go outside, do a hike, something, spend time with your kids. Like, no." She was like, "Oh, you're right. You're right."
But it takes a while because the culture that we're in equates what's happening within these four walls as our worth, right? Because if someone walks through that door and the house is a mess,
Right.
like the only person that's getting judged is mom.
Yeah.
If the
True.
kids are a mess, if the kids are falling back in school, if it all comes down on the mom. And so you do have to allow yourself to bring in that village, whatever that looks like. Maybe
Yes.
it looks like having someone help out and pitch in with and
Oh,
I
but
will say, when we ended up doing that, it was life changing. And for some reason, I still feel like a little apprehensive saying this. We have someone who comes in and does a quick hour or two of cleaning in our house once a week,
yeah.
and it's amazing, and they're one of the most important people. Like I'm so grateful for
Yeah.
that
I mean,
help
a lot
because
of,
your environment.
yes, your environment shapes your reality.
Yeah.
So, and also like, once again, it's like, do you really, it's learning how to, what's the word I'm looking for? Disseminate or just like not take on all the responsibilities yourself. You
Yeah.
really delegate, not disseminate,
Delegate.
delegate them out. Yeah. Disseminate. You need to delegate them out. And, but we have trouble because once again, control freak. But if you do really want to up level your business, up level your body, transform both and get to the next level, you can't do everything.
Yeah.
You need to pay attention to your health. And if you're having, and that's why I listed out some of those symptoms and I'll say them again, a lot of women don't realize eczema, migraines, extreme fatigue, joint pain, that's related to poor gut health. Brain fog, inability to make sharp decisions. You're growing in your business. How can you make all these decisions if you have brain fog,
Mm-hmm.
right? You need to be sharp. So these things are all signs that you have poor gut health. The obvious are IBS, constipation, diarrhea, acid reflux, bloating. But there's a bunch of other symptoms that people don't realize is related to their gut health, which is why it's such an important part of my program. And it's no surprise to me that the women who are real estate agents or are business owners that come into my program, they start making more money quite quickly. Once we
Mm-hmm.
like clear their gut, clear the air, clear their brains, like they're like, "Oh my God, I feel so much more in flow. I feel so much better. Mom, I just got like 10 referrals." I'm like, "Yeah, because your energy shifted."
Yeah, and you're able to do the things that felt really hard before. You can stay
Right.
more consistent, you can stay more
Yeah.
focused. It's
Yeah.
not magic. It's just moving into a more healthful being.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I could keep you here all
Okay.
day.
It's already been 45 minutes. Wow.
Yes, I can keep you here all day having this conversation. For those who want to continue the conversation with you, Angelica, where can they find you?
Instagram is the best way. You can just send me a message there. Any questions, I have some free guides I can give you. We have a free challenge coming up in November. We have a free emotional eating guide, a free gut health little meal plan we can give you. So at the Angelica Ventrice, which is just my name, sure it'll be in the show notes. And then you can
Mhm.
just, yeah, send me a message there. And if you are like ready to go, you're like, I want to lose this weight now, there's a link in my bio. You can click and apply, and then we'll contact you for a call.
Make 2023 your year,
Oh yeah,
ladies.
and my last final tip, if you are listening and you do need to lose weight, starting now is the best time.
Yeah.
Start before the holidays. Start now before Halloween, before Thanksgiving, before Christmas. Let us help you, let us work with you so you get a grasp on your habits, your relationship with food. So when the holidays come, you feel more in control. Fall is actually the perfect time to embark on your weight loss journey because you start to build on the habits, which by the way takes 16 to 18 months to ingrain, guys, not 3 months, but you at least start to walk into 2023 feeling empowered in your own skin and around food rather than being like everyone else who waits till January 1 and is never successful doing it that way.
Well, tell me a little bit more about the free challenge if you can, because it sounds like that timing in November is like perfect to kind of
Yeah.
start a little
Yeah.
bit of that.
I believe off the top of my head, I think it's November 7th. Let me just look at the calendar quick here. Yeah, it'll be November 7th. So it'll be Monday through Friday that week. And literally, if you have like the topics I've covered here, I'll be doing gut health, sustainable nutrition. I'll be going into a little bit about fitness too, like the differences between strength training and cardio on the body. We'll be doing some lifestyle coaching as well. So it's 5 days of free coaching with me and my team. So
Oh, how
everything from
fun.
nutrition, yeah. So everything from nutrition to mindset to fitness to gut health to routine setting, lifestyle transformation. So it's like getting a taste of what we teach in our Fit for Life program, but it's the Fit for Life challenge. So usually a lot of women will do it, and then by day 3 they're like, I'm in, sign me up for your main program. But you'll get, and then we do little prize, like a challenge within it, and you'll get like some prizes and bonuses as well if you join. So yeah, they're always really fun.
Can I do that at 9 months pregnant,
Yeah,
10
you
months
can. And
pregnant, or
actually,
should
yeah,
I
so
wait till
no,
now?
you should do it. So for those of you listening, you don't need to, we give you workouts, but you don't have to do the workouts. In my
Okay.
opinion, the workouts are the least important thing of the challenge. The most important thing is coming to the live coaching because you can get free workouts from my YouTube channel. It doesn't really matter, but we
Yeah.
give the workouts because some women, they like it, but you'll get a little recipe guide. But the most important thing is coming to the live coaching. And if you can't, we have the replays as well, but that's where you're really going to learn. So whether you're pregnant or not pregnant, I'm pre-postnatal certified. So are my coaches. So we have pregnant clients in our program right now that are losing weight and looking amazing.
Oh my
So
gosh. Yeah, I'll definitely have all the details in the show notes.
yeah,
Guys,
for sure.
definitely check out Angelica and all the stuff that she has to offer. I want to just take a moment to acknowledge you, Angelica, for identifying a need that is so sorely overlooked in our culture, in our society. And that is the importance of caring for women who care for others. Because the more that we can uplift those who take on such heavy burdens, the more we can really fill back into our communities as a whole. So I think it's a really important mission. And I'm really grateful for you taking the time to share a little bit of that with us today.
Oh, well, thank you. And thank you for everything you do. I mean, we have so many things in common from the mindset to the business to, and I mean, you're impressive. The fact that you are, I mean, first of all, she doesn't even look pregnant, but you're doing all these things while you're pregnant and still operating. I mean, you said you feel like you're surviving, but you do look glowy, like you're thriving. So
Oh, thanks. We do what we can. But like I said, I have a lot of help and a lot of support. So I'm really blessed on all fronts. I have a feeling that this won't be the last time we chat. So I
definitely
had a
not.
ton of fun.
Definitely not. Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks.
Bye.